They're an outstanding football team. I still think there's a lot of season left, and they could be a factor in our league for a championship is concerned, and whatever the postseason provides with that in mind. They're talented on both sides of the ball. Their losses have come against very good football teams. Defensively, they're big and physical and athletic up front. It's a great combination to have, one that we look for every chance that we get. They got players in the secondary that are playmakers. Offensively, I think the quarterback reminds me a lot of our own. I think he's thrown it with great velocity. And I think he's a threat to run the ball. I think he's very good when he takes off running, very comparable to our guy. They've got two good running backs, and their best is supposed to be back, I think, this Saturday for us. I think Shepard is as good of a receiver that there is in this league, and that's a mouthful. I think the offensive line is massive. And if you allow them to stay on you, you're going to get destroyed. Another playmaker and a playmaker in maybe a different variation. Some of the things that we do with Jarvis doesn't involve the vertical passing game. It involves the horizontal passing game more. He's a run threat. He's a passing threat. And he's a guy that we can get the ball quickly to and make a team respond east and west to us, more so with some of the other guys that we've had in the lineup. First of all, I just talk about their toughness to allow us to have that. When you're taking as many reps as they are and have to be the guys, a credit to those guys. The practice continuity is awfully important. That was the biggest piece that we talked about in-house and that we've seen as our offense has played better. The same five guys have been practicing together. It's nice to have Oni back to add to that depth at the guard spot to not allow us to wear the guys out in practice. Sam knows what he's working with. Sam knows how he's being protected. He knows that the checks are being made, and a confident quarterback with that in mind is important to your offense. I think he's growing up. I don't know if he's underrated or not. That would be for you guys to decide, and maybe some other coaches and so forth. I think he's playing at a high level. But yeah, there's still a ceiling to reach with him, and with a year and a half to go, I'm very excited to see the growth that's going to continue to take place. Through the first 3 games of the season, I said he's gotten better every one, and I expected him to get better every one. Well, he's still improving now. The numbers being what they are because of what we did in those games, but he's playing good football. You've got to respect it defensively, and you've got to change some of the things you do defensively. Let's just take what the announcers were saying about TCU in defending Shepard. That they were going to have somebody underneath and they were going to have somebody over the top. That the plan was going to be to take him away. Well, if you got a guy at wide receiver that you're doing that to, that allows things to open up with other players. And opening up E.J. Bibbs as a big athlete is not something that folks want to do. Well, if you're going to do something to bracket him or manage him, then if you have playmakers at the other spots, that opens up things for them. And right now we have enough guys making plays, and with the ball distribution in our offense, we're able to take advantage of that. So EJ gives you that to other folks, and he gives you a very dangerous person in himself. It's going to take better defense to accomplish that. It's not about how many completions or how many points we can score offensively. It's what we can limit them to, in my opinion. We were not pleased with our defensive performance against Texas, nor should we have been, and we want to come out and play better defensive football against Oklahoma. It's going to start with stopping the run game, and to do that, you generally have to have more bodies in there than sometimes you would like to commit, especially against a receiver and core receivers as good as Shepard and company, and a quarterback who can throw it down the field. It's a great challenge to play better defense against this offense and a team as talented as Oklahoma. We gave up one or far too many deep balls, big plays. So that would be a first. Any time that you can get a ball carrier down at the point of first contact, you're playing better defense. We started the game with a miscommunication and didn't get a gap fit, and you give them a layup to start the game, and you allow a quarterback to get in a rhythm and feel confident about how he's playing. Like not to do that again, and so forth. So there's a number of things that you can always do better, and certainly the defense is pointing those things out. Well, they got those big bodies up front, and we're not an overly talented NFL draft-ready defensive line. So we can't be stuck in the middle of those guys. We got to get on the edges and take care of gaps, and our linebackers got to be in position to run, hit, and make tackles. There's a lot of misdirection, Bobby, in their run game. Motion, backs going opposite directions, the quarterback being involved, and just fitting those things is a concern.